Hi guys, welcome to Treasures by Trees. And so thank you guys for joining in for today's segment. And so today I have this handsome guest that's going to be sharing today. And so I will allow him an opportunity to introduce himself.
Hi guys, I'm Ryan Fox.
And so you want to tell us a little bit about you, Mr. Ryan?
No, really not.
He's shy. And so guys, he's new to this, so we're gonna be kind. And so, I met Ryan in January, and I'm not gonna say in what capacity, but yeah. Anyway, so guys, today we're gonna be sharing, and Ryan is gonna be sharing his perspective, the male's perspective, things he's been through in on this segment, this topic. And so today we're going to be talking about why do men find it so hard to show emotions. And I always want a man to share, a guy to share, because you guys find it very difficult to show emotions and to be vulnerable. And I love the male perspective. The only perspective that I'm going to be sharing is my perspective in dealing with men, meaning being married and dating and exes and stuff like that, and male friends. And so I can't speak for a man. Obviously, I'm not a man. And so that's why Ryan is joining me. And so thank you, Ryan.
No problem, you're welcome.
All right. And so, guys, we're going to go ahead. Our first talking point. Ryan, why do you feel men have such a hard time showing emotions?
My perspective is basically, when we're born to be hard, born to, not show emotion. Back in the day, most men, had a father figure in their life. You couldn't cry in front of them. You be about to drop a tear, and he say you better not cry.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of times, that's where men kind of get, don't show emotion, especially around women, because it considers you as weak. So I think a lot of men don't show emotion because a lot of men see that as you being weak or punk,
Right.
you say, so I think that's why men don't show emotion much,
Why don't you show emotion?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, the whole point is, I don't show emotion because, it's just of my upbringing, so.
Right. But as you get older and you're dating, you're a particular age, because I've heard that from guys that I, dated in my past, that, growing up, men couldn't cry, little boys couldn't cry because their fathers, raised them, hey, men don't cry, suck it up, you're a man, you put them in sports, football, they, a little tough. And so when you get to a particular age and you're dating and you're dating these women and they're, they want you to be vulnerable. So when do we get out of the segment of, I was raised this way?
I think, each woman is different. Some women want a man to lead and she'll follow, but also the women these days are tough.
Mm-hmm.
Women these days are playing a man role. So I think, a lot of times, men see that and step back and say, I can't really be a punk around her because she's in a man role anyway, so she look at me as weak. So I think a lot of times, if you got a woman who's softer, men open up to that woman more. As far as how my friends and we look at it as far as, if a woman is soft, then you can open up a little more. If a woman's more harder, and women been put through so much these days, where I feel like that's why women are hard. They have reason to be hard. Some men have abused them. Some women are are going through something or haven't healed from their previous relationship, so you take on less man. That's why men clam up and are harder with other women these days.
That's a great perspective, because I never would have looked at it from that perspective, that if you have like a woman that's a little bit on the softer side, you tend to be more vulnerable with her versus somebody like, I'm not going to say me, because I'm going to say I'm on the softer side, right, Ryan?
No.
Why would you say that? I am.
For all the viewers, we dated for for a short time, and she's tough, so I would never be vulnerable to her.
Oh my God, Ryan. Viewers, I am soft. I'm a Southern Belle. I just had to be tough with Ryan. And so that is such an awesome perspective. And so I just never would have looked at it like that, because if you have these independent women, as you say, I am tough, which I disagree. And so you tend to have, I'm not going to say punk, I'm just going to say, you have to stand your ground, right?
Sure.
You can't, because you can't allow a tough woman, a strong woman to run over you if you're a man's man.
For sure. I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah, that's a great perspective. And so my perspective is similar to Ryan's. It's basically men often aren't encouraged to talk about their feelings. In fact, they're sometimes discouraged from doing so. Additionally, men often tend to shy away from vulnerable conversations. You guys don't like talking about it. Like, tell me your feelings, how you feel about me, how what I used to ask you, and and so men get into the habit of brushing it off instead of facing difficult feelings. Men are more solution focused. You guys like to fix things. Men tend to be the type who hear about a problem and jump in with an answer to fix it. This isn't inherently wrong, but when it comes to feelings, there aren't really answers per se. There are just feelings to experience and articulate. So you guys are fixers. When there's a problem, you automatically, I need to fix this, and so instead of listening, because some of y'all don't listen.
Well, most men want to resolve it and you carry that problem on to the next day. Most men don't like to, have it lingering for days and days at a time. Y'all women, that's a woman thing.
Oh, that's a woman thing. I don't know about that. And guys, he is a Cowgirls, boys fan, and so obviously the Steelers and the Cowboys. Yeah, he tried to talk down to my Steelers and
oil and water.
We oil and water. But you know what? Like I told you guys, most of me and my exes, we friendly, right? Ryan still, he don't want to be my ex. That's why he sit on my couch, right? You see, slide on in there. But that's all right, hey, you do what you got to do. And so my next question for Ryan is, what do you think is the importance of being vulnerable when you're in a relationship or even just meeting somebody? Why do you feel that that's so important for you to be vulnerable with that woman? I understand you have the different type of women. You have, like you say, like me, and you have the more softer side.
You can't go into a relationship, with a new woman and be tough. Every woman wants a tough guy, but at the same time, he's vulnerable with her. You be soft with her, and that's why I think a lot of times you gotta soften yourself up, to your woman. I think you can be one with your boys, but at home you can let you take your hat off, let your guard down, because they is your woman and she should be soft.
Yeah, I am soft. See.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't. Oh, okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Come on, keep going.
Whatever. And so, yeah, that was good.
I can read text messages for you.
Ooh, don't you dare. All right, guys, you see, he tried to show me out here on Church by Trees. I'm soft, right? Don't you? My perspective is men who express their emotions are often seen as weak, as Ryan, told us in the first question. Because of that, many men neglect to show their emotions because they're afraid of the repercussions. However, suppressing emotions and feelings can be incredible detrimental to the man's mental health. I do believe that it affects you guys' mental health to be able to suppress feelings and thoughts and emotions, and even people that piss you off. You know how being black is obviously a black man and stuff, and you tend to have to suppress a lot of stuff. And so men are often told that crying in front of other people will threaten their masculinity, as you said before. And so just because men are told to hide their emotions doesn't mean they don't have them. Research shows that men experience emotions at the same level that women do, but because it's not socially acceptable for a man to cry when he's sad, it seems like men don't experience sadness at all. And that's one of the things that I find difficult, that a lot of you guys don't cry, you don't show emotions, you don't share feelings, you don't share at all. You have to almost pull it out, you're not openly sharing, and you're not openly sharing, your emotions. And so I think it can affect your mental.
I don't think it affects your mental. I think it affects you physically. like if you read about it, like most men die I think 5 years before women die because they keep the emotions bottled up in them.
It's suppressed.
So, yes, it's suppressed. But I mean, I don't think it affects you mentally. I mean, I can get over problems easy. I mean, it's a problem. I move to the next one.
Thank you. Next.
Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
If it was a problem, I move to the next one.
Oh, see, there you go. I was never the problem. Yeah, he's trying to show me out, guys. Me and this guy, we've been friends since January. Even though we didn't make it as a unit, we did stay, in contact with each other, and so we've been friends thus far. I was not the problem. Ryan, he knows I am, and I don't play. So yeah. Cowboy fan.
I wouldn't say friends. We weren't friends.
Ooh, he just letting the cat out the bag today. So Ryan, I'm gonna ask you, what are some of the ways you express your feelings? Like, from what I remember as far as dating you, we butt heads immediately, right? And so, yeah, I'm gonna stop there. No, not. We butt heads, right? Because you know how you are, and you know how I am. So two alpha people bumping heads, and so that caused us not to survive.
Well, I'm a complete gentleman, so you dealing with a gentleman, and somebody being unladylike. No, I'm joking. I mean, we butted heads real quick, but I mean, the way men a lot of times, my circle, I'm a barber as well, so I see a lot of men every day that talk, talk about their feelings. A lot of men won't say "I love you" first. I mean, right. But we have different ways of showing you we like you, holding hands, hand on the knee, like I'm not a really big kisser, but I mean, if I kiss you, I like you. Your kiss is personal, so it's just ways you can show your emotions besides saying I love you. But I mean, I'll hold your hand, I'll pull your chair out. If not,
I can dig that. I can dig that. It's definitely, there are a lot of ways to show emotion, and some men really struggle with that, saying the I love you first, and being able to actually sit down and tell that woman, this is what you mean to me. Because I've asked this question before in some of my prior relationships, like, what do I mean to you? And they sometimes confuse that question with, you're saying you're feeling if I like you a lot, because having strong feelings for somebody and saying what do they mean to you, that's different. That's saying that perhaps that having a certain woman in your life, like she can be your calm, your calmness, right?
Well, these days, you got women just as hard as men, as far as being single, you meet women who just want to fuck, and I have friends who have liked women, but they want it strictly sexual.
Right.
So a lot of times you kind of watch it, who you date or where you going, because you won't get caught up in that, where you like a woman and she's strictly for sex. So I think, a lot of men, it hurts men's feelings when, they like you and want to pursue something, and a woman just want to, fuck, so it's kind of, men, feel like, damn, I'm being used, you know what I mean? So,
for your sex, right?
Yeah. You're being used. I mean, it's supposed to be all the way around. Men want to fuck, and women,
So is that's really true today, that when you meet a woman and she only want you for sex, right? Do you guys really feel that way? Like, oh my God, I'm being used for my sex?
No, you still have sex. But,
I mean, of course you do.
Yeah, at the same time, you don't, you still, but you actually like this woman, as far as relationship wise. I mean, and it comes from a woman being hurt or not healed from a previous marriage or a relationship that a guy dogged her out or whatever to her. But you got a lot of men who like actually want to date women, and the women just want to strictly, it's fun, drink, sex, whatever the situation is, So I think a lot of men don't open up, to the situation where until they find out their love first. I mean, then you kind of open up more.
Yeah, and you want to exactly see where it's going,
right,
before you kind of throw all your eggs in that basket. And it's so true, because we're living in that day and time, where women are, in that situation where they are hurt, broken, and damaged, where they're saying, hey, I don't want the relationship. I do, however, want this part of you. And then you have women that tend to have stash boxes that, don't you know.
But no, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying just women, but you have men who broke it as well. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like I got friends right now who come out of bad marriages and say they never be married again. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's the same thing. It goes both ways. But I think you got more. Men kind of. Men can a saying we use is get rid of one, get up under the next one. So.
That doesn't work, Ryan?
I think it does.
How so? Because if you're in love with somebody, really in love, and you really digging this woman, and she break your heart, and you go get up under her neck, you're still gonna be thinking about this woman for a long period of time.
I don't think so. I mean, I think I think you start dating somebody else, and as time passes, it further from you. You know what I mean? Vice.
Yeah.
I mean, you sit in the house lonely, twiddling your thumbs, and watch TV.
Why not just sit there and go through the feelings of the pain of losing that person?
Nah, you gotta get on the streets. That should worry you. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! See what I'm saying?
You sit in the house and sulking, and weeping.
It's not soaking. You're going through a breakup.
You losing weight. You're stressing. You're pacing, and instead get in the streets and keep your mind occupied. I mean.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, that's what I did with you.
Nah, I know it's what you did. Yeah. How did that work out? Because you still sitting on my couch.
I'm a guest,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't agree with that. I think that that's unhealthy dating. I think that if you just getting out of a relationship and you lay up under another one, I don't think that's proper as far as healing and getting past that pain. I think it's always good to take time to heal, but I understand that men do things very different than women, because we tend to sit on the couch and cry and go get the bucket of ice cream and things of that nature. You guys, go on to the next, right up on another.
Nah, that's different. I mean, I think your girl come by the house and pump you up, pump your head up, say we ain't shit, and
well, of course we gonna have that conversation.
But see, your real girlfriend gonna tell you, hey, the truth,
that you ain't shit.
Maybe so. I mean, every situation is different.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Ryan is definitely a great guy, and he's a great guy. I
appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I can say that. Okay, I'm not gonna say that. Yeah, that was great, Ryan. Thank you for being honest. I love it. And so we're gonna go on to the next topic. And so, let me get my perspective. And so for me, I would say that men have a hard time. Men have to have time to understand the feelings they are having. I think that's so important for a man to understand his feelings. I think a lot of men, they have these emotions, they have these feelings, but they don't quite understand what they're feeling. And I think that's when, there can be a breakdown as well.
I don't agree with that.
Why not?
Every person knows how you're feeling. I mean, you feeling good, you feeling bad, you feeling fucked up. I mean, everybody knows how you're feeling. I mean,
I'm saying say us. Let's use us. We're gonna use us in this situation. We bumped heads, we didn't survive, right? And so I'm talking from the level of how far the pain goes. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you guys just sit with that and sort out what you really felt for that woman?
Nah, I mean, I don't think you. I mean, yeah, you do. I think you got time to yourself. You think about you may not admit it, but every man does. I mean, say what I could have done better, or what could she done better, but it's still time. You still moving on. But I think everybody knows how they feel. I mean, if you love somebody, you love them. If you hate them, you hate them. If it's on the fence where you can rehash it. I mean, you can. I mean, so I think everybody knows how they feel, though.
Yeah.
Every man know how you feel. You're a man.
Should, right?
Should.
Should, yeah. And so most men rather solve problems than talk about their feelings. They prefer to get to the solution first and talk about how they got there later. Men tend to express their feelings in a physical nature. As you said earlier, they express their feelings outwardly you know, through body language such as physical gestures, facial changes, muscle tensing, and getting, you know, gritting their teeth instead of expressing those emotions with words. In some cases, they show feelings through rewards and gifts, as you said. Sometimes, you know, you not being a kisser, if you kiss a woman, you tend to like her. Yeah.
But no, you know, I think, you know, men solve problems because, you know, the saying, you know, happy wife, happy life, you know.
Yeah, that's so
you
true.
Know, have, you know, I mean, because you don't want to come home to a messed up house. You know,
right.
A lot of men, you know, turn to a bottle or, you know, stay out late because they want to come home to a messed up woman. You know, so you rather solve it because, you know, also two women, you know, hold the pussy out when they mad at you. You know, so, you know, I rather, you know, come home to, you know, then come home to some bullshit, you know.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, happy wife, happy life, you know. And so I would say that's true, you know. If you take care of home, home's gonna take care of you. And so you have to make sure that you are, you know, taking care of your woman and that you are being vulnerable with her and you are showing, you know, your feelings.
Don't keep saying women take care of your woman take care of her dude too, you know.
Well, you know, you know, I know that, Ryan, because, you know, we've had that conversation thoroughly.
Yeah.
Take care of each other.
But make sure you say that though.
Make sure you're taking care of your man, ladies, and make sure your man is taking care of you. I said it. So, I'm going to ask you a personal question. So, how do you feel when you're being loved properly? How does Ryan feel when he's truly being loved properly?
You think it's something behind it?
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that? Because that's a defense mechanism.
You know, and a woman overdoes something, she wants something, you know.
You think so? Yeah. And that's not true in all cases. Some cases, but not all.
I mean, in your case, you did. You know, so I mean, but, you know, now this is a joke, but, you know, I think a lot of times, you know, you feel when you love properly, I mean, it feels good. I mean, you know, you want to hang with your woman more, you know, you want to, you know, you don't mind telling your boys, hey, I gotta go home tonight, you know.
Right.
But, you know, when you're not being properly, you hang out a little longer with your boys, you know, Monday night football or whatever's on, so you hang out more. But when you love properly, you know, you look forward to coming home. You look forward to, you know, dinner dates or whatever you guys prefer to do for fun, you know. You look forward to that kind of stuff, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I agree. Because if you have a woman or a man that's truly loving you and loving you the right way, even when you're out with your friends, you're gonna be wanting to get home. You're like, oh my God, I'm like ready, because you're ready to go see your person, right?
Sure.
It's a very beautiful thing to be able to be in a relationship where you can be completely vulnerable. And it takes time to be able to be with somebody and learn somebody and trust somebody with your heart. And you guys have a very hard time with that because I always say, you know, the wall, nobody can penetrate the wall, but the gate, you let people in and out. And so most of the guys I meet, they have a wall. You were very defensive.
Yeah, I mean, again, it falls on a woman. You know, a lot of times if a woman is if the woman is you know, more softer, you know, men kind of like what gate down, you know, or wall, as you say, slowly. I mean, but if you got a woman who's tough, you know, you tend to, you know, step back, you know, and once you start stepping back, I keep going, you know.
How's that working for you, Ryan?
I mean, I won't say on here,
Don't
but I
say
mean,
it.
yeah. But nah, you know.
I don't know. Tough. What is a tough woman?
Nah, you know, it's women out here called, you know, men bitches and you know niggas and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Heard that.
Yeah, you know, you see it. You know, if everybody on Instagram or social media, you know, women are getting tough these days, and you know, heal yourself, all this stuff. You know what I mean? A lot of times, you know, it's good men out here as well who actually, you know, looking for a decent relationship, decent woman. You know, so. You know, again, it's that goal for women. But I'm speaking from my perspective. You know, it all. So realize, you know, you may get approached by a good man who looking to, you know, settle down or give you that life you're looking for, but you look at him as crazy because your ex or, you know, some nigga you was fucking and some shit did you bad, so you missed out. I mean, same thing with men. You know, you missed out on a good chick because you wanna. That's one got a big booty and a smile. You know, so I mean, it goes both ways. You know, but you know, like I said, you know, but I think more women are are, you know, dogging men out because, you know, of a girlfriend experience. You had a girlfriend who's been dogged out, so it makes her look at you different now, you know, or so I think, you know, it go both ways, you know.
Yeah, this is true. Women are definitely different these days. They have been hurt and battered by you guys, and so they tend to bite back. And I don't agree with that because I'm not for cheating or all that type of stuff. I believe, you know, the idea is to meet one person and to have partnership and grow with that man and build a life together, and not, you know, all of the back and forth and cheating and all of that crazy stuff. And so it's different. It's very different these days to meet your person.
I mean, I believe, you know, cheating is a reason why men cheat as well. I mean, I can't tell you why women cheat, but men cheat because, you know, something in the house, you know, you miss something at the house, or a woman ain't doing something at the house she's supposed to be doing, I mean, or, you know, the different reasons why men cheat. You know, some men cheat to cheat. You know, I mean, some men cheat because they're not satisfaction in bed. You know, a lot of reasons why men cheat. You know.
Why Ryan cheat?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm looking for a best friend. You know what I mean? So, and,
I done put you on the spot. I'm just kidding.
You want my best friend. You know.
What?
You want my best friend.
Why was it your best friend?
You weren't a friend material.
Why would you say that?
You weren't friend material.
This guy, guys, we definitely. Ryan, thank you for being my guest.
Are we done?
Yeah, you can add what you want. Don't talk about them sorry Cowboys. Don't talk about them Cowboys.
4-1.
Ooh, he had to do it, guys.
4-1.
He had to, and he did it to mock me. The first thing he says is talk about my Steelers, and you know how I feel about my Steelers.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, but don't say that, Ryan.
I mean, that's camaraderie between me and you. You know, everything we do is fight. You know, you know, so everything we do is a fight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, football, love, you know, everything's a fight between me and her. So, you know, but we sit here and talk shit together. You know, and she owe me later on now.
Yeah. Guys, we definitely thank you for joining in, and thank you for listening. Guys, remember to subscribe, and thank you. This is my friend. He's, you know, he tried to be my husband. So we'll see. Maybe if he put on a Steelers jersey, maybe you can get at the front of the line. I'm gonna put you you have to get a Steelers. Thank you. And so, guys, definitely thank you guys for listening. And, you know, the idea is that hopefully something was said that, you know, motivate you or give you a new perspective on this segment, or just something that would encourage you and make your life better. That's the idea. And remember, guys, we're always talking from our perspective, our traumas, our dramas, our relationship. And so hopefully you enjoyed this segment, and until next week, I will be seeing you then on Treasures by Trees. So guys, thank you, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. The weather is so, oh my God, Ryan and I are finna hit these streets. So guys, you have a great weekend, and until next week, bye.